Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Benjamin Temple, and if you've seen my videos then you know what they're about. They're mostly about model railroading. I didn't start out with my first few. Of course they were on the FEF steam locomotive that came to St. Louis back in 2016. So on Sunday, my hobby dealer, John Shoemaker, Cordyville Station, his wife let me know, I think a week or two ago, that they received this locomotive, and I'd asked because I got a message from, I think it was Broadway Limited or some company saying they got them in, and 4019 has always been my favorite. Now I know with 4014 being restored that everybody's all about the excursion locomotive, but this one for me is the iconic locomotive. Now you'd say, well, why? Because for one, 4019 is what started my railroad, or my interest in the railroad. I've discussed this in some of my videos before about a book in my grade school having information on steam engines, or kind of the basics on steam, and then working its way to the big boy, and then the gas turbine, the super power gas turbine, or the GTEL 8500s, and then it has a photo of the Centennial 6922, and 4019's in the drawing or picture of that book. So that's the reasoning for this particular big boy. Has always been my iconic steam engine. I mean, if you had asked me what steam engine, if I could only keep one big boy, this would be the one, 4019. Now I know the rest of you'd say, oh well, I'd want 4014. Okay, well, you know, I went and seen it, don't get me wrong, it's amazing, and I'm grateful for Ed Dickin and his team, and all the people that are involved in that. Very amazing thing. So here we go with, you know, it's idling. I've had it running, and I put some more smoke fluid in it, and I'm going to run it here at slow mode, number 2 on my controller, of course. I don't know what speed that is, but maybe about 10-15 mile an hour speed in real life, maybe. Kind of crawling along. But as you can see, it's really putting out the smoke in the smoke stack. And you can also see the smoking whistle. It's something to behold. Not to say that my other engines, but what I really like, on the rear, the marker lights, or the lanterns that would have been in real life, are red and green. And when you start the engine up, so the lights don't come on right away, they go off kind of like that, and then they come on. Now the cab light only comes on when you stop the engine, just like that. So now you can clearly see that's 4019. And you probably can't see it, and I don't think I can zoom in with the camera to get it any better, but under 4019 is all big boys have, is so that big boy class 1. It has the weights on the drives, the diameter of the cylinder, or the piston stroke, and the diameter of the drive wheels. Has all that information, plus the type of stoker that it's using is all underneath that cab number on this, or on the big boys. But I just thought this engine, I I test run it. Now it doesn't come that way. You have to take out part of the cow catchers, I like to say, or the pilot there, and put the coupler on it. I do. I don't, well, you know, could be a possible chance that I push the snow plow on my way out, or a chance rotary snow plow or Russell snow plow. I could also double head the steam engine with some other, or another big boy for that matter, Challenger, or an FEF class like in real life. But I just thought I'd let my viewers see this thing. It is, I know I haven't tested all the sounds. Now the air conditioning kicked on in this house, so smoke ain't blowing straight up like it was before. But you can clearly see that that whistle is smoking, or well, the smoke is supposed to represent the steam like in real life. I personally find this engine pretty neat. This is my favorite big boy of all time, 4019. So now this is by Broadway Limit, by the way, if I didn't already mention that. That's who the model maker is. You'd say, well, why Broadway compared to Athearn or even MTH? Of course, they're no longer in business. Or Tricks, Markland Tricks, should I say. Or I think that's the only people that I can think of in ain't show scale that does the Union Pacific Big Boy. I mean, there might be some plastic kits, but you know, for the thing that's powered and running up down the track. Well, I'll tell you what, Broadway Limit for me has always delivered power. I don't care about the rest of the details of the big boy, but if it can at least pull 100 cars, we've got an issue. And when I say 100 cars, so it means the 50-foot high side gondolas or bathtub coal cars, or 50-foot mechanical reefer cars, well, 57 I guess. Something along that means needs to pull at least 100 of those. If it can't do that, then we've got a real problem, because I remember in that book it used to say that the big boy was capable of pulling 100 ice bunker refrigerated cars, and I know those are probably smaller and lighter than the 50-foot high side gondola or bathtub gondola would be full of coal. But I want my big boy to pull. If they don't pull at least 100 cars, then we're out. And I know Athearn has upgraded, and I think their locomotive does pull 100, but last I heard, the Broadway Limit will pull 155 cars. No, I haven't put that to the test for one. Yes, I have well over 155 cars. I have 1,000 some cars now. I have 105 high side gondola, all the same road name, you know, unit train you can make. I have the Bethgon, there's 114 of them now, and I have some other odds and ends, bathtub 24, and I think 12 or 24 of the Union Pacific type in the 4-bay hopper car. And I have lots of refrigerated cars, and the auto racks. I don't know that I have 100 auto racks, but I could definitely put together a real easy, like 100 car train. And you know, if you put 100 auto racks, it's not equivalent to the 50-foot high side gondola. Actually, cars would be longer. I don't know necessarily about heavier, but I would say it'd be more than that. So, but my point is, I could do the test if I had a layout or space to put that much track. Yes, I have enough track to do a mile. I'm not worried about that part of the deal. The issue is having the space, is not necessarily the track to do that. So that is my thing when it comes to this. But also the other reasoning for having the Broadway limit is they do have cab figures. I think they did there for one particular run or a couple runs, did away with putting the cab figures in the locomotive, but and it's all metal die cast mostly. They say that, but there's a few plastic parts here and there spread out to the engine, but in general it's all metal die cast. And I want a good heavy engine. I want something that if I happen to drop something, not too heavy, but drop something on it, it's not going to break or bend my locomotive. And not say that I ever treat my engines that way, but accidents do happen from time to time. And I want an engine that, if you push on it a little bit, you're not going to break it. So that's my real reasoning for wanting Broadway limit. As long as they continue to build them great like that with nice electronics, and they seem to be getting better. I don't know. I've just run this forward and backwards. I don't have a lot of track to really put it to test, but I have run my other engines with lots of cars behind it, and they've always pulled. I've found that Athearn does spin sometimes. Yes, I know that Broadway limit has the traction tires too, but if you're going to pull a grade, I would want them traction tires because they do help keep the engine from slipping and going right up the hill where the engine would slip. Yes, I know Athearn has those too, but Athearn's engine just doesn't seem to have the carrying capacity that the Broadway limit, even Markland Tricks and MT-H doesn't pull as good. MT-H's quality and running is a little better, and its sound system I kind of like better, but then when you have a problem and you send it in and the service isn't all that great on getting your engine repaired, deterred me from buying a whole lot more locomotives. Of course, I did finally stand behind, I think it was my Allegheny, the display case was busted, and they wanted to charge me for the display case when it was brand new and busted, and it should have been. They finally mailed me a new one, but I bought a few of their locomotives since then, but of course they're no longer in business, so no worries, but wasn't real happy with them. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and any comments, questions, please leave me below, and good day to you. Bye-bye.